Ahoy there, and welcome back to DohMance Dawn for episode 75 of the numbered episodes. I'm Luke, he, him, they, them, sometimes, It is what it is, and I'm joined by my lovely, wonderful, and excellent co host of DohMance Dawn, Janine.
Hello, my name is Janine Juliet. My pronouns are she, they, and I don't have a third thing to say.
Superintendent Chalmers, welcome. I hope you're prepared for an unforgettable luncheon.
Wait, was I supposed to study for this one?
Oh, egads! My roast is ruined. But what if I were to purchase fast food and disguise it as my own cooking? Delightfully devilish, Seymour.
I do feel like I was supposed to study.
Dinner with his crazy explanations, the superintendent's going to need his medication. When he hears scandals, lame exaggerations, there'll be trouble in town tonight. Superintendent, I was just stretching my calves on the windowsill. Isometric exercise. Care to join me?
The entire
Oh, that isn't smoke. It's steam. Steam from the steamed clams we're having. Steamed clams.
When did you find the time?
Superintendent, I hope you're ready for mouth-watering hamburgers.
Oh my god.
Oh no, I said steamed hams. That's what I call hamburgers.
How much longer do you have of this?
Yes, it's a regional dialect.
Well, I'm from Utica, and I've never heard of it.
Upstate New York?
Oh, wait, did I get it in the wrong place?
Oh, not in Utica. No, it's an Albany expression.
I see. I guess?
Oh no, patented Skinner Burgers, old family recipe.
This is the part where it's revealed that they're grilled, right?
Yes.
Oh. Wait, no, now it is, right?
You know, the one thing I should... Excuse me for a second.
Okay, wow.
Whoa, that was wonderful. A good time was had by all. I'm pooped.
Good lord, what's happening in there?
Aurora Borealis?
Aurora Borealis. At this time of day, at this, in a place like this with a girl like you?
Yes.
Can I peep it?
No.
Well.
No, Mother, it's just the Northern Lights.
Jesus Christ.
This has just been one of our many Simpsons callback gags that Janine didn't prepare for because I didn't give her any preparation for it.
The April Fool clearly is me.
April Fool, it's not just a singular day where we sacrifice a proxy king to appease the gods.
Was I supposed to do that?
If you whack off, it works same way.
Oh, okay. I should be good then.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, yeah, welcome back to DohMance Dawn. I'm Luke, that's Janine. We did that whole bit. It's our 75th episode spectacular, which means that we've been doing the show over 3 years because we did some filler episodes, and numbers don't really mean a thing except 50 and 100, where we get to recast characters. But this is also the end of an era for us, Janine,
Why is
because
that?
when we started the show, I hadn't seen episodes past this point. I actually hadn't seen the last 3 episodes of One Piece that we're going to be covering today, or the last 2, because when I tried to watch those episodes back in like 2020, they weren't actually streaming on Funimation's app when I was using my TV, and they said, "Oh, well, why don't you watch it on your computer?" And I said, "No, I don't want to watch it on my computer. I don't want to watch it subbed. I want to watch it while I'm playing video games, specifically One Piece Pirate Warriors 3." But now they're on Netflix, so you can watch them there. These episodes initially ran between May 30th and July 11th of the year 2010. Janine, I feel like I have completely knocked you off guard with this episode. I've removed your bearings. Do you need to get them bearings on straight?
I mean, I guess some shit happens, guys. But buckle up.
Ah, Superintendent Chalmers, welcome. I hope you're prepared for an unforgettable luncheon.
Wait, did you rewind?
Oh, egads, my roast is ruined. But what if I were to purchase fast food and disguise it as my own cooking? Delightfully devilish, Seymour.
Wait, why are we doing this bit again? We're still
And with his crazy explanations, the superintendent's going to need its medication. When he hears scandals, lame exaggerations, there'll be trouble in town tonight.
I think my favorite episode of DohMance Dawn is the one where Luke does only one side of steamed hams twice in the same episode.
Superintendent, I was just stretching my calves on the windowsill. Isometric exercise. Care to join me?
And I'm starting to run out of things to say that prompt him to go on to the next thing.
Oh, that isn't smoke. It's steam. Steam from the steamed clams we're having. Steamed clams.
And I don't want it to look like I'm not trying. It's just like I did maybe get a little bit inebriated in one way or another before we started recording. And, that sometimes helps in situations like this. But I think it's become kind of like a hindrance because I cannot think of anything. And now I'm rambling and like drawing this out even more.
Superintendent, I hope you're ready for mouth-watering hamburgers.
Yo! Wait, didn't you say clams?
Oh, no, I said steamed hams. That's what I call hamburgers.
Who does that?
Yes, it's a regional dialect.
What region?
Upstate New York.
Wait, but I'm from Utica and I've never heard of it.
Oh, not in Utica, no, it's an Albany expression.
Oh, I'll just forget about it then.
Oh no, patented Skinner burgers, old family recipe.
Oh, these things that were
Yes.
grilled and not they don't look like they was steamed though, because the grill marks on it.
The one thing I should excuse me for a second.
Where'd he go?
Oh, well, that was wonderful. A good time was had by all. I'm pooped.
Okay. Oh, hey. What happened over there?
Aurora Borealis?
Aurora Borealis? For real?
Yes.
Can I see?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, Mother, it's just the Northern Lights.
All right. Well, have fun with your house on fire.
This week we'll be covering episodes 453 through 458 of One Piece. These titles include The Crewmate's Whereabouts, With Area Report, and Cyborg Animals.
The crewmate's whereabouts. The most transphobic episode you've ever seen. And a giant bird happens.
The Crewmate's Whereabouts, The Revolutionary Army, and the Forest of Gluttony's Trap.
The crewmate's whereabouts. And the giant gravestone and panties of gratitude.
Special retrospective before Marineford, the siblings vow.
A special retrospective before the Marineford. Assemble the three admirals.
Oh, these episodes. As the hijacked marine ship sails towards Marineford, Luffy thinks about his friends. On Witheria, Nami gets tired waiting for the Cloud Island to reach the Sabaody archipelago, so she joins the wizard man Heritas, who shows off cloud ships that they use for research and how they make money. They go to a desert and bring a rainstorm, but Heritas doesn't understand how much they should be getting paid to make it rain. And Nami decides that she wants to learn more about the weather, which he agrees to. How much do you need to make it rain, Janine?
Oh my god. The thing is that, like, I am kind of a money black hole.
Mm-hmm.
If you want me to make it rain, you kind of like have to give like me more money than I could like naturally spend on my own, so that like I have no other chance but to throw it off. But I'm very good at spending money.
Is
My bank is
making
not happy about that, but I
is
am.
making it rain not just like putting bills onto people?
I do think that you'd have to have like the expectation that those bills aren't coming back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's because it will eventually come back to you as part of the water cycle. Evaporation, condensation, precipitation on my mind. It is just the water cycle, and it happens all the time. Rain on bitches, granting wishes, go and make the money rain. That is just the money cycle, and it really is not a pain. Yeah,
Did you just make that up right now?
I made a part of it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's still impressive to me.
Thank you. Meanwhile, on Baltimore, while Frankie is acting fancy due to the tea inside his body, he's there's a joke about him being either low tea or high tea, but if I make a high tea joke, it fits more because he has literal tea, and during a high tea, you drink tea and have tiny sandwiches, and it's very fancy.
And that's tea.
Mm-hmm. But ironically, he's acting more low tea because that's not typically viewed as being masculine. So Keaton leaves Frankie out in the cold, and he ends up wandering near Vegapunk's old lab in the forest of cyborg animals. Frankie refuses to fight them and gets assaulted by a cyborg gorilla until he gets steaming mad, which turns the tea in him into bubbles that gives him enough energy to knock the animals out before he collapses again. And when he gets back, Keaton leads him into Vegapunk's lab. Yeah, I did the tea jokes there.
Okay, so I have a question.
Uh huh.
Is this like a filler story or is this manga canon? Because I know Vegapunk is like a name that's gonna
Hmm. Hmm.
be something I gotta be on the lookout for years from now.
Yeah. Uh, so these were all cover chapters, but there was, I believe, 4 chapters per character, and so there is a lot of padding done. So like Frankie drinking tea and becoming fancy was not something that happened, if I remember correctly. Roommates, whereabouts, cover, chapters. Doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo. Ah, right, it's Straw Hat Separation Serial. Yeah, so for the first part, oh, yeah, it was 2 chapters for this part of it. So Frankie was him fighting cyborg animals, and then the second one was him outside of Vegapunk's lab. So Keaton and his grandfather and the cyber dog are, I believe, filler unless they were part of the next arc. But yeah, it's a lot of padding. Uh, Keaton does show up, but uh, that's right. They also do. Yeah, so they introduce it with the chapter covers, and then they also do larger parts in between in like the actual arc. So, okay, that's me correcting myself there. It's been a while since I've read the manga. Yeah, so all of the segments are like initially these short chapters and then slightly longer bits. So, um, oh right, now we're getting to back in Kamabaka Kingdom. Sanji is still getting chased. Eventually, faces Lady Carolyn, the acting monarch of the island. Since Ivankov is currently missing to leave, he needs to defeat the champion, which turns out to be Carolyn. While he wears a dress and makeup, Sanji gets so concerned about his clothing that he loses the match and becomes a new Kama. Sanji's forced him, Dan. It don't feel good. It's a bit that is not done well. It's some shitty thing, and we don't need to talk about it more if you don't want to.
Well, I mean, there are interesting discussions going on right now about the Force Femme kink, and my friend Robin, who really likes One Piece, um, made a zine like specifically just about like Force Femme and its place with trans femme people, and
Mhm.
it's just um it's just so interesting to have read that just a few days prior and then to see this that fits so many of the stereotypes, and it just sucks. Like, I had a hard time looking at it because how can somebody how who's somebody like me
Mhm.
has a little bit of a hard time seeing something like that and not feeling dysphoric, not seeing a part of yourself at the worst moments, the worst private moments that you don't show other people. And I think that it's such a punch in the gut after feeling so good about, getting further introduced to Ivankov and everything going on there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just this kind of reminder of we have to go back over here where it sucks. But I'm hopeful for the days where it doesn't suck this much.
Fair.
Anyway, let's get to the Chopper story.
Yeah, the Chopper one is very underwritten. On Torino Kingdom, Chopper is chased by both birds and the humans, and he tries to take care of one of the injured giant bird chicks so it can maybe fly back to the island. And then, despite helping the chick, everyone's still after him. No moral. Tequila Wolf, in the most, we just created a bunch of other characters for this, and the fact that they never come back is going to make this even worse. uh, Chapter on Tequila Wolf, Robin is arrested and handcuffed in sea prism stones and is set to be handed over to the Navy, though she isn't worried. That's when a group of revolutionary agents end up freeing Robin, coincidentally, when they attack the bridge, and Robin leaves with them. Hey, tiny girl who helped Robin and who was inspired by the dreams. You don't exist enough. We're never going to come back to you. Sorry, the segments with good animation with a different animation style.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Back on the Boolean archipelago, Usopp is being chased by the monsters on the island along with Heracleson. Heracleson goes to show Usopp the food plants on the island, and so Usopp starts to pig out instead of training. But it turns out the islands themselves eat everything that can't escape the island, including fat Usopp. Usopp's just a hungry boy. He just wants a
I
little treat.
I mean, I really empathize with just being so hungry and in a situation where you can eat a lot and that you just eat a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my bestie go for Korean barbecue every now and then
Mm-hmm.
when one of us is on the up and just pig out. And I'll get into this feeling of like, I know I'm full and I don't need to finish this off, but it tastes so good, y'all. I'll get stupid on meat.
Yeah, no, I can get that. I can fuck with that. If I'm getting Korean or a really nice sushi restaurant near us, I'll normally get some kalbi, big bowl of kalbi, and you get that like sliced bone. You can rip it off, and it's like got a nice char on it. Oh, that's some good stuff. Call B, I got the ill communication. Call B, I got the ill communication. Call B, I got the ill communication. That's that's for nobody. Yeah. Uh, do you like Heracleson anymore?
I don't know. I really don't know. I'm on one side I'm kind of annoyed, but on the other side it's like they really change who's the comedic foil between the two of them, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's the weirdo who's been on this island for a long time and knows the rules. He's also weird. Meanwhile, back on Spooky Shipping Island, Zoro's stuck with Perona, who had hid his swords, and so he tries to find them, but his lack of a sense of direction prevents him from being able to find them, and Perona just gets fed up with it and realizes that she can use him to get back to Thriller Bark, and so she helps him to find the swords before they end up getting attacked by Mysterious sword-wielding monsters.
It was great to see Perona again. Subbed or dubbed, I love that obnoxious laughter.
Mm-hmm. And the good thing about Zoro is he's never going to get a woman pregnant. He can't find anything. We have fun here in DohMance, Don. Brooke, who had woken up on the Satan worshipping island, has the cultists continue to flash him their underwear and feed him the last of their food. He asks about leaving, which disappoints them, and so they explain what's going on. The leader tells them that members of the Long Arm tribe have been harassing them, and they ask Brooke to destroy their enemies. That's when the Long Arm tribe attacks and takes the last woman, and Brooke starts working on a song that will allow him to keep them. Boy, those long arms. They're causing trouble. Mm-hmm. And then back on the ship, Jinbei and Crocodile are getting restless. Luffy remembers how he grew up with Ace and learned how to fight, and then how Blackbeard went after Ace. The last two episodes are clip show recaps, which were nice because I was able to tell the guests for our next episode, hey, if you want a recap, you can just watch these two episodes. And the prison escapees enjoy their first full meal, and at Marineford, the soldiers start to gather, along with the 5 remaining warlords Hancock, Kuma, Gekko, Mihawk, Doflamingo, and the 3 admirals Aokiji, Kizaru, and the mysterious Akainu. And there's 3 hours left till the execution. And I forget if I mentioned it before, but we have seen Akainu before.
I don't doubt it.
Mm-hmm. He's the guy who led the Buster Call on Ohara.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, we shelved him a while ago. So, this week we have 3 characters to match. But before we get to that, Superintendent Chalmers, welcome. I hope you're prepared for an unforgettable luncheon. I sent you the script in Discord if you want to play along this time. Or do I need to be the Chalmers? Janine, am I more Chalmers or Skinner?
You can be whatever you want to be, honey.
Legally, that is not the truth. Yeah, am I a Chalmers or a Skinner?
I don't know. How are you feeling, personally?
Oh, egads! My roast is ruined! But what if I were to purchase fast food and disguise it as my own cooking? Delightfully devilish, Seymour. Skinner with his crazy explanations. The superintendent's going to need his medication. When he hears Skinner's lame exaggerations, there'll be trouble in town tonight.
Seymour.
Superintendent, I was just stretching my calves on the windowsill. Isometric exercise. Care to join me?
Why is there smoke coming out of your oven, Seymour?
Oh, that isn't smoke. It's steam. Steam from the steamed clams we're having. Steamed clams. Superintendent, I hope you're ready for mouth-watering hamburgers.
I thought we were having steamed clams.
Oh no, I said steamed hams. That's what I call hamburgers.
You call hamburgers steamed hams?
Yes, it's a regional dialect.
Uh-huh. Uh, what region?
Uh, Upstate New York.
Really? Well, I'm from Utica, and I've never heard anyone use the phrase steamed hams.
Gary, I I have been trying to impress you for so long. I run a school where one of the students has FBI and CIA files, and he's not even my only problem. I have lured you here for lunch to try and impress you, and I was afraid of disappointing you once more. I had made a roast and I set the oven too high. You see that smoke coming from there? I didn't even remember to turn off the oven. These these are crusty burgers. I wanted to feed you to show that I care, but the way that I handle things, it's broken, Gary. It's broken, Superintendent Chalmers. I don't know what to do.
Seymour, the thing you have to say is the truth. And your time that you should have said it was 15, 20 minutes ago. Things have already gone too far, too late, and honestly, I struggle to think why I try to make these interactions between us work when we should just be other people.
No, Mother, it's the Northern Lights.
I'm just gonna think about everything, okay? We can come back to this, whatever this is, later, but I'm I'm leaving my key.
No, Gary, it's just the Northern Lights. Let's wait here. Let's become one. Let's let these flames consume us. These flames aren't just a metaphor for our passions. We can literalize them, let ourselves be devoured by the symbols. I read the poetry that you wrote at Ball State. I know the sadness that you hold since your wife died, the troubles of raising a daughter all by yourself. Let's let's forget all of our troubles.
I'm scared, Seymour.
You don't need to, Gary. It's just Northern Lights. There'll be trouble in town tonight. Up first, we have Carolyn. And guess what, Janine?
What's up?
She's not in the city because that was a TV
Uh,
show. Yeah, I hope that someone enjoys that bit. I hope someone enjoys the weird steamed hams bit. I enjoyed the weird steamed hams bit, so guess what, Janine?
what's up?
Mission accomplished.
Hell yeah.
All right, so in the grand tradition of the game, I've got my Rodrigo, my throwback, and then my standard. Because next week I'm only doing 2 picks for everybody because I've got a life, and also there aren't enough characters in last episodes that we covered. So my Rodrigo style is Joyce the waitress because she also is kind of unhinged in a way. I think that she would be willing to force Fim Bob.
Hmm.
My throwback is the evil queen, just because we need a queen who a bad bitch. Look at that makeup game. It's similar. And then I had Gloria S. The Queen of the Harpies. What about you, J Dog? What about you, J Crew? What about you?
Well, for my Rodrigo style, I had Moe's sex doll,
Mm-hmm.
and I went a little mean with it,
Mm-hmm.
and for my other pick, I chose Girl Willie from Stealing First Base.
Was that meant as a rude pun?
Oh my god! Should I call it my Girl Willie?
Girl Willie from Kamabaka Kingdom. I mean, if you want to go with giving Sanji some Girl Willie, I'm fine with that. He he needs to be more.
DohMance Dawn, we're giving you Girl Willie.
uh, yeah, no, I'm going to go with Girl Willie.
Ha! I love how that sounds.
I know, Janine. All right, we then have Bunny Joe, a character who I only have down as 1 star right now, but knowing One Piece, he could be a major character. Who do you have for Bunny Joe?
I have, for my Rodrigo style, the male sea hugger.
Mm-hmm.
And for my other choice, the G.I. Joe from Lisa versus Malibu Stacy.
My Rodrigo style is Octopus Beard Man from the beard contest that Mo judged. My throwback is Hugs Bunny, the referee rabbit. And then I also put in Fuzzy Bunny from Fuzzy Bunny's Guide to You Know What. And as Miss Krabappel says, she's faking it. Um, I mean, Bunny Joe is not actually a bunny, but I would rather save G.I. Joe for other opportunities later on. Do we
Okay,
want, do we want to
so
use Octopus Beard Man because he has a similar hipster energy to Bunny Joe?
sure.
All right.
We went with neither a bunny nor a Joe.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's just vibes. And then we have Sankrin, and we'll start off with the guest or with the audience suggestions.
Pere, 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 pere. Pere.
King Atticus suggested Llewellyn Sinclair, and that one welder guy suggested Lucius Sweet. My Rodrigo pick was Ryan Seacrest. My throwback was Simon Cowell, and then I also had on Nigel, the B Sharps manager. Sankrin is going to come back, Janine, and fill in a role. I'm interested to see what your picks for Sankrin are.
All right, so my Rodrigo style is completely based on not only vibes but looks,
Mm-hmm.
and it really hits hard.
Mm-hmm.
Gay Oscar the Grouch.
I am looking to see if the Muppet Wiki, of all things, has it. And we've watched a lot of. Okay, yeah, there. Yeah, yeah. There he is. He was in To Surveil with Love.
Yep.
And what is your other pick?
Royce Lumpkin. Lurleen Lumpkin's father.
Interesting. What gave you that vibe?
Uh Well, to be honest, I ended up checking the Wikipedia.
Ha ha! You
I
spoilered
spoiled
yourself.
myself. I spoiled
Uh-huh.
myself, yes. I did, see the image guide, and I was like, I don't remember this motherfucker. And then I looked it up, and I was like, oh, you know who fits real well with this?
Mm-hmm.
Royce Lumpkin. And also this gay bar Oscar the Grouch.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to go with Gay Bar Oscar the Grouch.
Let's go with gay bar Oscar the Grouch.
Yo, I want to take you to a gay bar. I want to take you to a gay bar down on Sesame Street. So, that was nice, quick, and easy, and we didn't get into another reading of Steamed Hams, which makes up 20% of this episode. Carolyn is Girl Willie, our Bunny Joe is Octopus Beardman, and our Sankrin is Gay Bar Oscar the Grouch. So, Janine, next week we go into the unknown for me, even though I did keep watching ahead because I need to do prep to make sure that a bunch of Ace's boys do not actually show up in the episode, which thank God, because then we were going to be getting like 60 characters territory. But it's going to be a big episode as we kick off the Summit War. And guess what?
What?
We've got like 7 episodes without Luffy really appearing.
Holy shit.
Yeah. It's our Infinity War in games. All right. Where can you be found online?
You can find me on Blue Sky, JanineJuliet.Bisky.social. You can find me on Instagram, Janine is dope. You can find me on Flight Rising and under Joysinus. And you can find Luke on the places he's going to list right now.
Yeah, you can find me on coltreg.bisky.social or lukehair.com. I was meeting with a job advisor like last week, and they pointed out that if you went to my website, it hadn't actually been updated since like when I was unemployed in 2021, and then I just never finished updating it. So, what a time! What a time! But my resume is updated on there, and I'm still looking for work. So if you got a few bucks to spend supporting the Patreon or buying comics that I have on my Gumroad or itch.io pages that are also under Coltreg, that would be great. Or tell people about the show, or just like let us know that you enjoy the show, because that is the best way for me to keep doing all the work that I do for the show. And I'll commit to more bits up front instead of just opening up the script for Steamed Hams literally 10 seconds into recording just to see what Janine would do.
See, so if you help Luke, you help Janine too.
Mm-hmm. Our covers are by Mike Patten, who you can find at Patten_pending at most places. That's PATTENPENDING. And oh yeah, also if you liked the AP Mob Psycho Bio 100 episode that we brought in from an alternate universe for April Fool's Day, also please let us know about that, because I have gotten no actual feedback on that, and that was one that I had to make a bunch of new spreadsheets. I had to make a bunch of new charts. I had to assume a fake Luke persona for that. So yeah. Also, like, if there was enough Patreon support, we'd probably do that as an actual like side show, especially because it'd only be like 26 episodes. And actual Janine in our universe liked both of the shows.
Yeah, I mean, I'd totally be willing to do it if people are willing to listen.
And throw some support. So Words are great. Money is also great. And please tell all of your friends. That's going to wrap us up. You know where to find the podcast if you're listening to it. We're on YouTube where you can watch the videos, or we're on iTunes or whatever your podcatcher is. Thank you for listening. We'll be back next week as the shit goes down, so you better be ready. You better be ready. Smooth sailing.